guys, welcome back. So today we're reviewing my Festbier, which has turned out to be one of my favorite beers that I've ever made. Unfortunately, I canned all of it because I'm trying to move.
Which to me is not a problem because it's still going to be drinkable. But the problem is that, first, I haven't gotten to taste this yet, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Second, she won't let me taste anything else until we do this video. So,
yeah.
No, there have not been a couple beers had yet, which is really upsetting.
We're just on one because it's 2 p.m. already.
On Sunday, and my football team lost.
Oh.
I know, it was really close, too.
Oh.
So tell me a little bit about this.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
When we talked about it last time, you told me you were going to do a little bit more research, which you may have forgotten to do. We were discussing the difference between an Oktoberfest versus a Fest.
So this one is lighter than an Oktoberfest. Technically, they're both brewed for Oktoberfest, the festival. This one's easier. It's it's lighter in flavor and I don't want to say so much body, but it's dry and it's meant to be drunk all day. And technically, usually I think they're a little bit lower ABV.
So wait, are they lagered?
Yes.
I don't know why.
It's a lager.
Okay, so they're both lagered.
Yeah.
Why am I air quoting that? They're actually lagered. They're not kind of lagered. So they're both lagered, but is Fest... Okay, so you know how with Belgian, that's a very specific term. Uh-huh. Is Fest the same way, or is it more like a style?
It's a style.
Okay, so you could just call this a lager, but you're calling it a Fest because
this
you styled it closer to a German style.
Yeah, this is a German lager, if you will.
Well, so is Kronenberg. It's a Pilsner. Never mind. I'm just going to taste it and we'll go from there. How about that?
Yeah, there's German Pilsners and then so a German Pilsner would be much hoppier than this. Yeah. This is more malt forward than
so Fest is a German lager that tends to be more
malt forward.
Malt spice, Oktobery.
Not really. I wouldn't even call it Oktobery. This is what I would drink over the summer, honestly.
Oh, crack that bad boy. Let's have some of that. It's a lovely day in LA.
I accidentally canned all of these, so we're just going to try it.
It's still a gentle carbonation. Look at that, though. No, but it's perfect. Looks like a perfect Budweiser. No, don't include that.
It's darker than Budweiser.
Maybe like a Pabst. Or a Red Stripe. Having Red Stripe in Jamaica is really cool.
Yeah?
It was really fun.
All right, cheers. All right,
I can smell it already.
It's almost crystal clear. This was a no-chill batch, so getting it crystal clear just is all from the lagering. I would
like
call
apple juice.
A marigold. Don't say that.
No, in a good way. It's round and fall and fruity.
Yeah. You know,
or apple cider maybe.
You know, apple cider is
acidic?
It's an off flavor. If you get a beer that tastes like apples, it's an off flavor.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
Oh, I know, I like it.
This doesn't have that off flavor.
Yeah, no, it doesn't smell. It just smells like round and fall-y to me. Like an orchard. Like an outdoor fall, leaves changing. That's where that... I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. I've been wrong before.
Yeah, it's light and crisp smelling. The head is white.
It's so interesting when you keep calling this light and crisp. I find it's a little more round and malt. When I think of light and crisp, I think of your...
This isn't very cold either.
But I'm okay with that.
I like it.
When I think of light and crisp, I think of your lager. You've done light and crisp, but they're super bright and dry. This has a little bit more depth to it in a good way. It's not as intense as the Oktoberfest. You're right.
Yeah, but you get the Oktoberfest taste on the front, and then it's all gone, and it makes your mouth water because it's super dry.
100%. But I really like it.
This one was...
It's also thirst quenching.
5.6%, I think.
I could drink this so fast.
Oh, I know. I have been. That's why I had to can it.
Nope. I understand that completely. Normally with dry beers, sometimes they can make you more thirsty. Mm-hmm. This, because of the way it starts with that, with the malt and with a little bit of that spice.
But you can definitely keep drinking it because of the dryness.
And because the carbonation is pretty delicate, I literally could drink this I was thirsty. It's...
Yeah, I know. It's a beverage more than a beer, I think.
It's so good!
I know, I told you it was good.
Sarah, damn, I really loved the Oktoberfest, but this was more... I would drink way more... It feels good in my tummy.
Yeah. You know, German lagers, I think, are my new favorite style.
Yeah, these are...
Every one I make, I like more than the previous.
So what's the next style going to be in terms of German? What's like another depth of... What's the next layer of German-style Pilsners that she has...
Lagers. There's a lot of them.
What's the next layer of German-style lagers that she should experiment that she doesn't even know what it's going to taste like because it's going to be such an adventure in her palate? Suggestions? This is great. It feels... I think it feels lighter than the Oktoberfest, but it's still... I got hiccups already.
It's lower alcohol, too. I think my Oktoberfest was, like, in the 6s, but this is 5.5-ish.
And a normal, like, crappy lager you buy at the grocery store is what, 4?
4.5, 5.
Oh, this is delightful.
I'm, like, kind of sad I'm giving away some as gifts.
I know, I kind of want to save some so I can let him taste it downstairs.
I'll give you another can.
Because he'll really like it. Well, also, was this... I mean, some of those best recipes when you think about cooking are, like, the stuff you just have. Is the Festbier simple enough that you can throw this together when you want to?
It's so simple.
So, theoretically, when you have your new...
Yeah.
I'm really upset that she's moving, but it's a good thing. So, when you have more room and you potentially can get more fermenters or more kegs, theoretically, if this is something you can throw together in one day...
I'm planning on getting a bigger system as well, so I can brew, like... 10 gallons at once instead of 5.
So you could
just keep it on
keep
tap.
That's what I mean. That like if this is your so then also when you have like the more limited, more difficult ones that you want people to try, but you're like hanging out, you can be like, here, taste this really difficult hazy IPA that I finally got right because that's one that I fight with. But you don't want people to drink all of it because you want to be able to send it for competitions or can it and save it or drink it yourself. Then you can be like, have this one beer that's special, and then
I would send this to a competition. I think it would do really well.
There's a little. Honeysuckle? Is that the right thing?
Yes! That is so spot on.
Because it's not honey, but it's a little floral and it's a little... Thank you!
Yeah.
Ah, see? It wasn't apple blossom. It was apple blossom that I've been thinking about. Apple blossom, honeysuckle
is the
not
exact thing.
I knew I'd get there eventually.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you're so good at that.
Rings!
Oh, sorry, honey. Every time. I know, I got 2, too.
Because it's not like floral like an IPA is perfumey floral.
No. It's not perfume. It's like
the orchard. That's the orchard
it's like
smell.
It's got a honeyness to it, which I really like.
Honeysuckle and apple blossom, I think is right. That was where it's an orchard, but not the fermented apple flavor that made me nervous when you thought. I was like,
no,
talking shit. No, like the like fall crisp blossom pollen, but like not spring pollen, like fall pollen. I really could drink the shit out of this.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Why didn't we have this one to shotgun when we were doing Black and Beautiful?
Because I would have been really pissed if we shotgunned this beer because I like it so much.
Instead we shotgunned IPAs and then you Ralphed it up.
Don't tell people that.
You are welcome. Check out that video for that amusing anecdote.
I cut out that part.
You talk about it though in the video.
Oh God.
Yeah, this one's fun.
Yeah, big fan. I'm definitely going to be making this on a regular basis, I think.
Something I've also never asked you, and you've probably never, maybe you've done it and I just don't know, or maybe I can do it for you if you want to give me a project because I'm bored out of my mind. Have you ever figured out with your beers, and I feel like you should figure this out with every beer, what your per beer cost is, cost is, yeah.
It's not very much. It's less than $30 a batch typically. So this one is...
How big is that batch?
A 5-gallon batch.
And 5 gallons is the equivalent of how many beers?
48 12-ounce beers.
So we can do this very easily. So 38 divided by, or you said it was about $30?
30.
So 30 divided
it's
by
like
48.
30 max. It's like...
So you get 48 beers per batch, right?
Honestly, I think electricity is the most expensive part of
and
brewing
you think
at this point.
Is that included in the $30?
Yeah, I would say so.
Then you're at like 62 cents a beer. So, I mean, and this also goes into, how does that include the cost of the can and the cost of...
The cans are about 50 cents a pop.
So it's add that to...
Yeah, so like $1 for a can.
And then including, you had to buy all the equipment. So there's...
Yeah, but you can't...
Yes, you can. I mean, I feel like you can round that up to like, if it's $1.12 per beer, you can round that up to like $1.40, and that includes the wear and tear and cost of your equipment, but that doesn't include the labor. But that's still the same price that you're going to pay for a Stella, and it's way better than Stella.
I think you're going to pay more for Stella, honestly.
That's what I said. It was less than a Stella.
Oh, yeah.
And way better.
Yeah, because, like, I think Stella's, even for a 6-pack, still, like, $11.
Depending on where, I feel like it's anywhere from, like, 8 to 12, depending on what bougie-ass market you're at.
Yeah. I think Elson's.
But, I mean, that was, I don't know why that was, when you're thinking about giving it away, and when you're thinking about the value of your time, and you're thinking about the labor intensiveness, if this one is cheap
Honestly,
ingredients.
I'm giving beer away right now because I don't want to move it.
Can't you also reuse the bottles that people...
Yeah.
Is that easier or harder to...
I reuse bottles. I typically don't reuse bottles that I've given to people, but, like, if we get Racer 5, we're like...
Because they need to be brown bottles?
Those Anderson Valley ones, and, like, you don't want to make people clean them and save them and whatever. I'm just, like, lazy.
But that was going to be my questions, is, like, if I have my own large, like, things like
If you have a growler, yeah, I mean...
I will pay you.
I actually have a growler of the cranberry lime in my fridge if you want it. Like a little growler.
But that, like, once you're not upstairs and I can't just, like, come get a beer.
I know.
I want to come, like...
I was talking to one of my friends who homebrews, and he came over the other day to get a random piece of equipment, and I was like, we need to take a growler, leave a growler system, so you bring me some of your beer and I'll give you some of my beer, because, like, now he's just got a bunch of my growlers in his house.
I think that's fair. And, like, he's holding he's holding your growlers hostage, and he brews also?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get any more of your growlers until he fills yours and brings
beer
them.
too.
Hello?
I'm like, he'll bring me, like, bottles, and I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather buy your beer than crappy beer from you.
You can't buy my beer.
I'd rather donate as a Patreon customer
commercial.
to your funding and to gain your content in the form of a growler.
You're going to be trading your time because I'm going to get you drunk at my house and you're going to have to stay the night because we're going to do so many reviews at once.
I figured, but that's also why you have a yard and, like, I will bring dog.
Oh, yeah, the pups.
Now you've got a yard, we can bring them over to play.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because I feel like hanging out at your new place is going to be, like, comfortable and spacious, and I'm really excited for you. Like, it's taken you, 3 years to really get this to a place where it's not necessarily the most spacious, but you've made this the most functional.
It's functional.
And, like, more than that, like, it's efficient, it's functional. You have pretty much everything you could possibly need. Like, I'm sure there's more toys and more equipment.
There's always more toys, but, like, I can pretty much do whatever I want to do in here.
Yeah, you've got a better setup than I'd imagine most people, right?
At least in a tiny apartment.
Well, so the opportunity for you to continue with what you have, plus space to really fuck around
and be able to brew outside. That's what I'm most excited for.
If you're able to start getting more space for you to be able to chill and you to be able to, like, control temperature better and store more.
Not have to have the glycol running in the apartment.
Yeah, and to be able to separate it from your real, so that if something makes noise, or if you need to leave an air conditioning running, or if you need to pump something, or if it spills.
Yeah, it's going to be a garage brewery.
I'm really excited
proper
for
garage brewery.
That level of comfort for you. I just am really sad.
I'm just going to be, like, 15 minutes up the road.
What if somebody awful moves upstairs?
Well, all right. This one was a success. Yeah, this is my favorite beer
I've
ever
was a really
brewed.
easy... Is it bad that when they're really good, they're really easy to review?
I know. I'm just like, can we just finish drinking it? Jesus, I love it.
Last question, because I think this will be you did the recipe build. You did a video for that, right? This is a recipe you found and then serified, correct? Florified?
No, I looked up the style guideline, and, like, they'll give you, like...
So did you create it?
I create almost all my own recipes.
Well, I knew...
There's only a couple that I haven't.
I figured there were a lot of them that you started with a base and then, like, adjusted.
I'll look up examples, and then I will just kind of have the guide in my brain. So, like, they'll recommend, say you use, like, floor malted Pilsner malt for this one, because it's a traditional way of malting the grain, and so if you want to make a more traditional style, you kind of want to use more traditional ingredients. And then I use German hops, and you want to keep it in the IBU range, like that is low. It's very low. That's recommended, and, like, you want to kind of match your water to be, like, you know, German style or a light ale or something, or a light lager.
When we brew tomorrow, you'll remind me about the stuff that we added to it. Because I remember adding stuff to the water
Oh,
to highlight the hops, but I don't remember what they were.
we're actually using this new thing that I got.
Flora Brewing.
This is all the water additions in one. So
Oh,
you
that's
just
nice.
dump this in and you're done. And this matches the Burton-on-Trent water profile.
It's Burton's.
So Burton-on-Trent is a city in the UK that basically specialized in pale ales versus like London, especially.
Oh.
London specialized in porters back in the day. So they have very hard water, and this matches their super hard water. There's actually a term that I really love called the Burton Snatch, and it's the smell. I know, right? It's the smell of sulfur from the beer because it's their water's pretty sulfuric.
Gross.
But I don't really like that term. Anyway, so
I mean, a Burton snatch sounds like a sexual position. Oh, she gave me the old Burton snatch. She did. I really am sorry to any of our British viewers. We should cut that out, shouldn't we?
That hurt. All right. Now's as good a time as any. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe.
Next time, possibly in a new location.
Yeah.
I bet I'm here, I guess.
I don't know when the videos will happen.
Keep an eye out for that new background.
Yeah, new background coming at you soon.
I'm just gonna drink this whole can.
Yeah,
Drink the whole can.
drink the whole can.
But also,
Drink half the keg.
And bottoms up.
If you want my videos early, merch, ad-free, I'm starting a podcast, so it'll have bonus content for the podcast. And you can find everything above.
And possible trivia night that we still need to put together.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. I think I already said that.
Whatever.
Goodbye!
Say it again.
Okay.
Oh, we can't both have our hair over our right shoulder. That's just weird.
Pull up my pants. Okay. Ready?
Wait. I
stink.
tail.
Do you
Am I
like
good?
fine? Am I good?
Mhm.
Okay, good, because I already recorded a
Even
video.
if you stink, my breath stinks, if that makes you feel better. That must smell you.
Not close enough.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I'm right at armpit height. I feel like it would sniffle right into my face. I don't want to. I mean, I appreciate this.
Okay.
Got lost in the Graham Norton spiral again.
Oh, it's a good spiral.
Oh god, it's such a good spiral.
Spiral.
And
Alright.
unpopular opinions, which then I woke up with in my head.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Come and tell us your unpopular opinions, something before now that you're afraid to say. And people call into this British BBC show and they're like, I think that Chex Mix is rubbish. No!
That's the most PC unpopular opinion I've ever heard.
What were the ones
Who
that
doesn't
they were?
like Chex Mix?
One of them was that they think Leonardo DiCaprio's not hot. One of them's that that they thought Sean Paul's overrated. Jake Gyllenhaal lost his mind at that one. He's like, hang up on this guy, just hang up on him.
So funny.
So it's stuff like, somebody thought that Billie Eilish was overrated and Justin Timberlake jumped down that person's throat. It was really cute.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a cute show. It's funny, but the song was miserable and I had until 4 in the morning.
That's hilarious.
And then I woke up to Marcus whispering it in my ear just to piss me off. I don't know if you heard me screaming this morning, but that was why.
It's really funny.
He thinks he's